Okay, Pak Dion, ready to rock this webinar?
Inshallah, Pak Agus.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, the participants. Okay, here is Pak Dion Eprijum Ginanto, Ph.D. And Pak Dion, the screen is yours.
Thank you so much, Pak Agus. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good morning. Ibu Dr. Widya Katrin Perdani, the head of the committee, the faculty members, lecturers of Brawijaya University, Pak Agus, and all students, junior students this morning. And hopefully we are all in a very good condition, good situation, healthy, and so we can have a meaningful conversation and discussion this morning. And inshallah, this morning we ask Allah so that He shower His mercy to us and give barakah to our meeting, inshallah. So thank you once again, Bu Widya and Brawijaya University, who gave me the opportunity to be among the potential students of the future. I mean, the future teacher, the future lecturers that gonna be changed and shape the world of education in our country. So let me go ahead and share screen. All right, and I hope you guys can see my presentation. Okay. All right. All right. How about this? Can you see the slide, Pak Agus?
Yes, I myself
okay.
can. I don't know for
perfect. Perfect. Okay, so the title is ICT Enhances Digital Literacy. And so as mentioned and introduced initially by Pak Agus, I got my bachelor degree in Universitas Jambi, same class, same cohort with Dr. Widya. And my master degree, I received scholarship from USAID, the American government, and I pursue educational leadership and administration. Well, I did my doctorate degree in also the same campus at Michigan State University, and the same department as well, educational leadership and administration. And I used to be a teacher, so that's and I love teaching. And when I graduated from my bachelor degree, I applied for the teaching position, and I got the position as a teacher at high school. So I'm a civil servant. I'm a government teacher. And I've been teaching since 2009 as a civil servant, but I also been teaching before that in 2008, and long before that, while I am a student, I also taught as a tutor in like private institutions. But now I transferred to a teaching position at university. So it's really fresh from the oven. I start teaching in university in February this year, and hopefully I can share a little bit my best practices today and hopefully next week. And I am the father of 2 children and with 1 wife. And if you like Instagram and YouTube, you can connect with me. My Instagram is Dion Ginanto, and my YouTube is also Dion Ginanto. Well, my email is dioneprijum@gmail.com. All right, so let me begin with this. All right, so this is a very nice picture. So with the presence of internet, with the advanced technology surrounding us, right? They say internet and technology bring us closer together, but at the same time, the technology and the internet drive us further apart. And if you can see from the picture here, they are sitting like closely, but actually they are far, far away because their mind and their heart and everything are on the social media maybe, or doing game, which is they are actually physically they are there, but emotionally and like spiritually is not there. So, and this is the legend image, and now they edit it with the smartphone on their hand. So so that's the, like sometimes it has positive, but also at the same time they have the negative impact as well. This is also a very good data that we can learn. So the growth using of internet so is like passing the growth of the population in Indonesia. And if, as you can see, the total population of Indonesia is 266 million, right? And it's growing every year by 1.3%. But the internet users, the number is 25 million something, right? And the growth like every year is like 8.9. So the growth is much, much bigger of the internet user compared to the growth of the population of Indonesian people. So given that fact, right? So we need to, as a Gen Z or millennial generations, we need to be we need to be cautious and careful, and because internet and the digital media, they have at the same time the positive and negative impact of our social life. And this is how the Indonesian people access the internet. So 85% of the Indonesian internet users are using the smartphone, and then 32% laptop, and 14% are PC or desktop, and tablet is 13%. All right. And what are they using for? They use for social media, and they use it for messaging, texting. They also read news from the from these devices, right? And also to search for information and data, and to stream video. And I think we all agree with this data, right? So let me go ahead. Let's do our quick discussion here. So please go to, let me give you the so let me give you this. So please check, click on the website link address, so website address that I just gave it to you. So polf.com Dion Ginanto 188, and you can skip and you don't need to write your name over there. All right. And you then answer the questions. So in one word, what do you like most? What do you like most of internet or online learning? Sorry. So in one word, what do you like most about online learning? So only one word, okay? So please grab your phone or laptop and go ahead and hit the link that I just gave it to you, and then answer with only one word. All right. So what do you like most about online learning? All right. Flexible. All right. Multitasking. All right. Independence. Flexibility. All right. Convenient. Multitasking. All right. So it's growing, right? So flexible is the bigger here. Flexibility. All right. Being flexible and flexibility. All right, good. Multitasking, easy, efficient. Independence. Simple. All right. Flexible, fast, easy, independence. Multitasking, yeah. So it's flexible, and flexibility is still the biggest there. It means that so some of you are hit the same answer. So more than one person have the same answer. So flexible, flexibility. And flexible is the biggest here. All right. Perfect. Okay, good. Very good. Very good. Okay, let me we can have a discussion. All right, I like discussion so much. So let me ask, is there any volunteer here who want to say something of your answer? Who want to like say, hey, why your answer is flexible, or why your answer is flexibility? Why your answer is alone? Okay. Is there anyone who are willing to be the, okay, Duis Eriska. Okay, Eriska. Good morning, Eriska.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Dion. How are you?
How are you doing? I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Okay.
So may I answer?
Yes, but where are you from, by the way?
Oh, of course, I'm from West Java, particularly from Bogor.
Okay, so you are not from East Java. Okay, good.
No, I'm
So
not.
from Bogor. Okay, great. Okay, how can I call you? Awis or Eriska?
You can call me anything. You can call me Deis. You can call me Eriska.
Okay, okay, Deis. Okay, what is your answer? What's your answer?
Oh, I answer flexibility because I think I can manage my time more like as my own wish. You know,
Okay.
sometimes I can do anything I want before going to class. Usually, when in a offline situation, I have to wake up and then I have to walk to the campus and then attending classes. But this time it is more flexible. Just like today, I woke up, I helped my sister cook some meal, I swept the floor, and it's more flexible for me to help my parents and do the chores, the house chores. And also about the time management, I guess it is easier for me to manage my time in this current situation. So that's my answer. Thank you.
Well, yes, I agree. I couldn't agree more, because online learning give you a flexibility. You can like just wake up in the morning. You don't need to rush to go to catch the bus or to travel from your house to the to campus. Well, you can actually just sit, relax from your bedroom, right? And then you can listen and lecture your professors, right? And even you can actually next week or last week, Dr. Matt Deroo, and you can actually having or listen to him or his presentation while you are actually in Bogor, right? So this is like giving you a very like very flexible time for you to just join the class with a very nice way. All right, so you can help your parents, you can help your sister, you can and do your household stuff, but at the same time you can also do the classroom. Well, perfect. Okay, thank you. Dois, anyone, is there anyone who want to also volunteer to answer why your answer is like, for example, multitasking, or why is it, or do you have the same answer as Dois but have the different reason? Ada? Oke, ada Jihan Zahira. Oke, yang pertama Jihan dulu and then Putu. Alright. So Jihan, go ahead and introduce yourself and where are you from?
Okay, good morning, Sir Dion.
Good
My name is
morning.
Jihan Zafira. I'm from Batu, and my answer for this question is flexible. It's quite similar with this, but I think with this flexibility will help me to multitasking. So I live in Batu, and the when I go on offline learning, I need to go to UB, and it takes around 45 minutes from my
Mm-hmm.
home to my university. And after I do the online learning, I think this 45 minutes can uh, it can be converted to do anything else, such as the reviewing the material, and then help my mother and just
Oh.
prepare another stuff.
Well, that is very good answer, Jihan, from Batu. Yeah, it's very beautiful place. Yes, well, it's flexible, but at the same time, you can multitasking, right? Um, Not only you help your parents, your families, but you can also review the materials, right? Because you have, like. Uh, time that you can do your you can use your time to review the material that was given by your professor. Compare if you need to go to your campus, you need to travel 45 minutes, right? And it's surely it took your time, and it's like it's not effective compared
Yes.
to online learning. Well, thank you so much, Zafira. Tadi ada Putu, Pak Mas Putu ya, kalau tidak salah. Yes, Putu, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Dion.
Good
My name
morning.
is Putu Gede Angga. You can call me Angga. I'm from Bali. And
All right, good.
first thing first, I'm sorry that I cannot turn on my camera because my internet connection here is really unstable recently.
It's
And
okay.
okay, so for the answer that I chose is it's simple. Why?
Okay.
Like first, I'm a simple man. I like to do simple things, and I do all the thing simply by doing anything simple. So why do I choose simple? It's because the first thing that you have to consider, being in online learning and between the offline learning, is that when you do offline learning, you have to first take a bath, you have to get dressed, you have to prepare your books and stuff. You have to go there, actually going there by foot or by bicycle or by bike. And you have to be present before the time. And you have to even wait for the lecturer to come in. And it's all big process, really. It's just a matter of uh, learning in essence. But with online learning, you can do just one simple thing, that is to click link that have been provided for the class, and that's all. You have to you can listen, you can just stare blankly even, and that's all you got to do to attend a class.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Angga, from Bali. Yes, I agree that it is really simple, right? You can just like sit down, and then you can have your coffee, you can have your snacks, right? And while you attending the class, compare if you go to the classroom, you need to wait for the lecturer. Sometimes most of them are coming late to the classroom, right? But you cannot come late, but the lecturer, they are okay to come late, right? So yes, it's give you a simple choice to attend the class. Perfect. Thank you so much for those of you who already respond to the questions and also gave us the reasons. And then now we go to the second questions, right? The same. It's only in one word, right? What do you dislike or what do you do not like? What is something that you do not like? What you dislike most about online learning? All right, so one answer, anxiety. Boring. All right. Yeah. Laziness. Okay. Lonely. Oh yeah, lonely, right? Because you cannot see your friends in person. Anxiety. Yes. Indiscipline. All right. Distraction. All right. Yeah. A lot of distraction. Um, Stressful. Yes. Opportunist. Right. Flat. All right. Distraction, anxiety, unstable, stressful. Connection. Yeah. Internet connection. Right. It's boring. And depression. Depression. Wow. Bandwidth. All right. Isolation. Okay. But the biggest here is distraction and anxiety. Even boring is not really big in this case, right? Connection. So distraction is the biggest here. All right. So oh, anxiety is now growing. It's bigger and bigger, but I think it's now kind of like as big as distraction, right? Okay, so now let's have some discussion and conversation, right? Anyone want to volunteer why your answer is distraction or anxiety, right? Or boring? Tadi sudah ada Dewis, sudah ada Putu, and Angga. So we invite other junior student here to volunteer and give your answer. What about Khairun Nisa Sonia Sastrawita? Are you there? All right. Okay, go ahead, Khairun Nisa. Did you answer? Okay, what was your answer? Introduce
Yes,
your
sir.
name first. Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Dion. My name
Good
is
morning.
Sonia.
Okay, Sonia.
I have not answered yet because
Okay.
currently my Wi-Fi is unstable, but in my head I answered disassociation, sir.
Disassociation. All right.
Yes.
Why your answer is disassociation?
I feel like there is a great boundaries in just looking at the screen and having no real interaction between the students and the teachers, sir. So that is
Okay.
my biggest problem in learning because I think as a student, the biggest thing about learning is having peers to study together, and not having that face to face is a difficult thing for me.
Okay. So there is no bonding, right? There's no bonding because you cannot see in person or your
Yes,
friends,
sir.
right? So you
Yes.
like a John Dewey, right? John Dewey say learning
Correct, sir.
happens because of the socialization. You need to interact with your colleagues, with your friends. You need to have a communication. You need to have a discussion, right? And there is a missing stuff here if you do not meet in person. Is that what you think, Sonia? All right, thank you so much, Sonia. Yes, I agree because we as the like the Eastern people, we need to like gather together, like because we like a communal and instead of individual kind of community, right? Kind of person, right? Thank you, Sonia. Okay, one person, one more. All right. Anyone volunteer? We want, okay, Muhammad Ikil Zaki. Okay, Muhammad Ikil, what was your answer? Go ahead, Muhammad Ikil.
Okay, test.
Yes, good.
Could you hear my voice?
Yes, it's
Okay.
perfect.
First of all, I'd like to say sorry because I could not turn on my camera due to the internet connection.
No
So,
problem.
My answer could be related to what happened right now. So, for your information, I live in Kalimantan. And
Oh, you from Kalimantan. It's really
yes,
far. Is it the next capital city or far from
No,
capital
no,
city?
I'm
No.
from West Kalimantan, Pontianak.
Okay.
And my answer is connection. So,
Okay.
like I said before, I live in Kalimantan. Particularly, I live in the border of Indonesia and Malaysia, Tambas.
Oh, wow.
So it just took 1.5 hours if you want to go to Malaysia, and it's very near rather than you want to go to the Pontianak, because Pontianak
That's really
is like
close, right?
7 hours if you want to go to our capital city. And
Oh,
my problem
no.
is the internet connection. Like I said before, it is very hard to get the internet connection stable here, because when there is a
Mhm.
blackout, there is no electricity and there is no connection, and makes me have to spend a lot of money because I need to go to the nearest city that I could reach, and on there I could get the
Mm.
internet connection. And sometimes there is very often a blackout condition in here, and I want to go to the near city and I have to spend a lot of money,
Wow.
and that is my our biggest obstacle when design learning. So like my answer is my
Wow.
most disliking is connection.
Yes.
Yes, that's
Yes.
my answer. Thank you.
Yes, that's unfortunate, right? Yeah, because our country are archipelago, so we have thousand island, right? Compared to other countries like United States of America, where I took my master and PhD, they are big country, but it's only one big island. Compare us, Indonesia are like island. We have thousand islands. So it's challenging for the government to like easily give the internet access and electricity. And we're gonna have this discussion at the end of my presentation, so that we still have, you know, like 1,000 villages without electricity, right? And also 1,000 villages without internet connection. So yes, that is unfortunate. And as the future teacher and as a future lecturers, you need to be ready with that kind of situation, and what you need to do with the fact that your student may sometime they don't have the internet connection and also the electricity connection. All right, so thank you so much from Kalimantan, Borneo. So I hope you still have a very you know, good motivation to join the class, even though you are in Kalimantan. It's closer to Malaysia compared to the capital city of your province, but because of, if you have a higher motivation and inspiration, you can tackle all of the problems ahead on in front of you. Thank you so much. All right, let's go back to our presentation, right? So yeah, and we kind of like discuss a little bit about this and the different, and you already tackle this actually, right? So for example, in e-learning, it can be completed anywhere with an internet connection, anytime a learner is free, progress is safe. You already discussed this, and we already mentioned this, right? Learners have to be available at same time and be the same place, and at the same time you need to wait the lecturers. They sometimes come late, right? You already mentioned this. And complete your on pace, don't rush to keep up with people around you. So it's, you know, you don't need to rush, you don't need to catch the bus, you just stay at your convenient room at your house, right? While in the classroom you need to like hurry, because, you know, trainer can focus more on particular topics depending on group needs, right? And also in e-learning, overhead costs are reduced, no travel time, accommodation. But in Kalimantan situation, at the same time, you need to pay more, because when you have blackout, mean you don't have the internet connection, then you need to go to the nearest city to get the internet connection. At the same time, you also pay the gas, or you need to pay the bus if you catch the bus, right? And if you are unsure about something, you can go back over it again and again. And it's also mentioned by from Batu, right? You can review your assignment. You can review the materials at your convenient time, right? You can ask questions at the same time of the training. And this is the positive. You can like go directly ask questions, right? In person. Content is engaging and interactive in e-learning. But in offline classroom, the ideal if the learner group aren't confident using computers. All right, so this is the difference between e-learning and offline learning. And you already mentioned this, and you already answered this before. So thank you so much for that. So I conducted a study and I conducted an observation, and in my school at that time, SMA 1 Batanghari, we have a student exchange, but we conducted online, right? And the topic of the discussion of the student exchange is about online learning, right? And this is the student voice of the student from them, right? So both from Indonesian context and the US context, United States of America. So both Indonesian and US students, they want to reduce homework, right? Because can you imagine when you are in high school, you have 14 different subjects, right? In one week. And if your teacher, all of those 14 teachers at the same time, like every week, give you homework, right? How boring it is. Like if you have the online class, only, you know, solve the homework problem, right? And if you cannot avoid, if the teacher cannot avoid to give assignment, then they need to give the flexible time to do the assignment, right? You cannot give only like 3 days or 1 week to the student to finish your project. You need to have flexible time, because not all of your students have the internet connection. Not everybody have the privilege to have the electricity, right? And not all students have the ability with all of those high IQ, as gardeners say, right? But they have, like, you know, different level of IQ or the intelligentsia, right? So the teacher need to give flexibility. You as future teacher, you as a future lecturer, you need to also understand those psychology of the student, right? And the teacher should create an interesting and engaging materials to the student. So this is to make the class more interesting, so it doesn't make you feel bored, right? And that's why as a teacher, we need to always learn. We need to keep up with the advance of the technology, with the growth of the technology. And this is the teacher voice. And I also conducted the survey to the teachers, and also interview to the teachers. At the same time, teachers also have the burden to create a report. Every week, they need to create a report that they need to submit, to send to the local government, the Ministry of Education, but in the local areas, right? And this report is very, you know, difficult to do, because at the same time, teacher need to prepare the lesson plan, teacher need to prepare the materials, teacher need to, you know, have preparation of the technology and stuff. But at the same time, they need to always do the administrative job to create this report, which is like, it's sometimes it's nonsense, right? And at the same time, teachers also feel shocked when people like shouting to the teacher, and they just like didn't do their job, right? So they just take the salary, and they didn't really do the job, and that's what teachers concern. So then they actually also did the job that the government asked, right? While actually there are also some teachers who didn't really do their job effectively, right? Just give the assignment to the WhatsApp group, right? And also the teachers also want to get the internet data. And this is the teacher's voice too. You know, teachers, not all of them are civil servant. There are tons of them who are private teachers whose salary is very low, right? So government need to give extra, right, internet data to the teachers, right? And this is also the parents' voice. Can you read this? And parents also feel that being the teacher at home is very frustrating. So my children feel stressful because of the load of homework that teachers give, right? And also blackout, power outage is often happen. The signal is very difficult, right? Internet data is very difficult. And the internet data, once again, is also the challenging situation in those areas. The children, even though they government say you need to stay at home, but their children always find reasons to go out, and their reason is to study together, but actually they just hang out. They just like chill out with their friends. All right. Our children is all only playing game, right? And they just like be lazy in their room, right? Because of the online learning. So that is the problem that we are facing when we are conducting the online learning with the use of the ICT and like digital media and stuff. At the same time, student voice, teacher voice, and parents voice, we need to accommodate all of them. So because education can happen, or we can have a very meaningful learning if school, home, and community, they can work together efficiently and effectively. Okay. And I promise you guys, this is the last of POLEF that you need to do. So please go ahead and answer these questions on your screen. And the question is, okay, still loading. The question is, hang on, it's still processing, and the internet is quite slow here. What do you feel are the key digital literacy skill that 21st century teachers need? And this, when you answer this, you don't need to have only one word. Okay, you can have one sentence, you can have a phrase, you can have a long word. It's okay. So it doesn't necessarily that you need to do one word. Okay, critical thinking, that's one aspect. Collaboration, creativity. Okay, yes, creativity. And I like critical thinking, right? We need to ask our students to be critical. Creativity. All right. Evaluation of information received. Okay, you cannot like swallow all information without you process it first. You need to process the information, then you consume the information. Okay, so creativity. The desire to learn more. All right, yes, especially about technology. When you are teachers, it doesn't mean that you are on the top of everything. You need to still learn, right? The ability to analyze, and the curiosity in learning new things. Yes, even though you are teachers, you need to be you need to curious of everything, right? Okay, good. Communication. You need to have a effective communication with your students. Critical thinking, creativity. Habituation, yes. Awareness and adaptation, yeah. The adaptation skill, you need to adapt with the advance of the technology, right? Collaboration, creativity, and technology. Creativity to create a fun learning, yes. If you want to be a fun teacher, you need to create a fun learning too. Obviously, creativity. Yes, creativity. You need to be creative, right? Critical thinking, great motivation, adaptation. Yes. Yes. Spirit. Yes, motivation, right? Innovative. You need to be innovative. Yeah. Critical thinking, creativity, and collaboration. Okay, let me give one more minute, and then we lock the answer, and we have a deep conversation and discussion. Motivation, understand about technology and teachings, critical thinking, time management. Yes, collaboration. We need to collaborate with our student as well. Evaluation, justice. Wait. Justice in the division of labor. Okay, good. You need to be equal and equity. You give the equity to your student, right? Okay, great. So let me deactivate this and let's have a meaningful conversation. Okay, let's go ahead and start. Who will start? Who will be the volunteer of this discussion? And it's very interesting answer, right? Critical thinking, creativity. But I need to know more. What you think about creativity? What do you mean by critical thinking, right? Okay, Rifki Hidayatullah. Go ahead, Rifki.
Okay, good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry
Good
if
morning.
I cannot turn on my camera because of a poor
It's
connection.
okay.
My answer is creativity, collaboration, and also technology. For me, teacher need to
Okay.
have creativity to teach student in a new way, especially in a way in online education. They need to find a way to make student interested in teaching. In learning. They need to find a new way to make the student interested and fully understand how the subject works. They could use some media such as social media, for example, application, or sometimes using games that could help them learn and also have a fun way of learning. The next one is collaboration. For me, a teacher needs to work together with the student to find a solution to the best way they could teach, to the best way they could learn each subject. Because here in learning, not only that the teacher need to find a way, but the student also need to be heard of what they want to learn and how they want to learn. And the third is technology. In online education, is very important for someone to understand technology because we use technology. We use laptop, we use mobile, and we use internet, we use all of that. So it's important for someone to understand technology, how to create a website, how to use that website, how to use the application to the fullest, so the student having an easier time, having a more fun time of learning in online education. That is my answer, sir.
Okay, Rifki, where are you from?
I'm from Banten, Serang, Banten.
Oh, Serang, Banten. Okay, far away. You are one of the Jawara, yeah, from Banten. All right, Rifki, thank you so much for your answer. And this is very comprehensive, right? It's an answer. So yes, as a teacher, you need to be creative, right? In terms of the approach, the strategy, and the methodology of teaching, right? And now of the Gen Z millennial generation, they are really active with social media. So then the teachers need to keep up with the new technology, with social media, with a games, right? With a fun teaching that are available online, right? And also you need to collaborate with the student because sometimes students know more than us as a teacher, right? Students sometimes can teach you how to do the learning management system with the new LMS that you do not even know the LMS, right? And they can teach you how to teach using the LMS, right? And also you need to update with the technology, right? How to use the laptop, how to use your smartphone, and how to use the software and how to use the like online interaction and etc. So yeah, thank you so much from Banteng, and I do agree with your answer. And yes, and hopefully there are many teachers who listen to this conversation, right? There are many lecturers, okay, here, especially in Jambi, right? And I believe in Malang, it's already in a very good way in teaching, but especially my colleagues in Jambi here, we especially me, I need to improve more in teaching creative way for our student to create an engaging interaction in the classroom. Thank you so much, Rifki. All right, one more from Casey Sasmita. All right, Casey. All right, go ahead,
Hello.
Cass.
Okay.
Hi, Cassie.
Hello, Mr.
Good
First of all,
morning.
good morning. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Nimadi Cassie Sasmita. You can call me Cassie. I'm from Bali.
Okay.
So, my answer is the desire to learn more, especially about technology. So in my environment, I see a lot of teachers still have lack of desire and motivation to learn more, especially about technology, because they think that learning technology is hard for them, and they are not from the era where the technology is developed. So, however, in the future, the teacher will be sure need those technology. That's why they need the desire to learn more, especially about educational technology, because they will need it in the future. So
Yes.
that's my answer. Thank you.
I totally agree. I totally agree, Cassie. That also happened in my school. That's also happened in my university, right? So the desire to learn, especially in using the new technology, social media or the digital media, and because most of us as a teacher, especially me and my colleagues, we are at the comfort zone. All right. Especially when you are a civil servant teacher, when you are government teacher, you already get your certificate of teaching, right? Meaning you have the double salary, right? So you are already in a comfort zone, right? Why do I need to improve myself? I already got a very good amount of salary, and if I improve my ability, the salary will not improve, right? So that is the mindset that most of me, I am as a government teacher, because I feel that I'm already in the comfort zone, so I don't want to improve myself, right? I already got a very good amount of money. Why do I need to, right? Let me just like teach as usual, as just like to fulfill my requirement, my job, right? And then the rest, it's if you happy with my learning, and so it's good. But if you don't like, then it's okay, because I'm a government teacher. Nobody can fire me, right? Government, they cannot fire you, because you are a government teacher, because you are a civil servant teacher. And that is one of the biggest problem in our country. Why? Because there is no evaluation of the teacher, right? The difference between the Indonesian teacher and the US teacher, they need to renew their license of teaching every year. Every year they need to renew their license, right? But in Indonesia, we don't need to renew our teaching license. Once you already civil servant, you will be there forever, and the government will not dare to fire you, right? Because you already a government teacher, and it is very difficult for the government to fire you, because there is a mechanism, is very, like the bureaucracy is very complicated. So thank you so much, Casey, for bringing this up, because of that is one thing that if we want to improve our education quality, right, we need to evaluate our teacher like often, right? At least every 2 years, they need to renew, or at least 5 years, it's fine. They need to renew their certification. They need to renew their license of teaching. So they always improve their quality of teaching, right? But right now, who cares? If you're already in the classroom, right? Nobody evaluates you. If you're already in the classroom, nobody like come to see you teaching. Whether you are in the classroom doing Facebook, nobody cares, right? If you are in the, if I am a teacher, already sit down in my classroom and I ask my student to write a book on the whiteboard, nobody cares because the school principal also busy doing the administrative job. The school principal, they cannot evaluate you. They cannot go to your classroom because they themselves are already busy with the administrative job. So thank you so much, Casey. Yes, that is a problematic in our country, but I'm optimistic with the, you know, the current situation, with the new, you know, reforms, with the new, you know, minister, with the new, you know, like effort and also willingness of the government to, you know, like reform all the system of our education system. Hopefully in the future we will see a better education in our country. Well, thank you so much. This is awesome. I like this. Okay, so so now things to ponder, and this already, you already mentioned this, guys. So John Dewey mentioned, if we teach today's student as we taught yesterday's, we rob them of tomorrow. Meaning, we as a teacher, we need to renew our knowledge. We need to renew our technological skill, right? Also, if a child cannot learn the way we teach, maybe we should teach the way they learn. All right, Ignacio Estrada. So we need to get closer to our children, to our student, right? And know their background and know their way of learning, etc., etc. Right? Great. So now we come to the digital literacy. So digital literacy is the ability to use the information and technology, the ability to find, to search for, the ability to evaluate, the ability to use, to create, and to communicate the content or the information using the ability of cognitive and technical stuff. So that is digital literacy. All right, so we now go one by one. So digital literacy, the first definition is the ability to search for and find information online. All right, so we in Indonesia, we do not really have the privilege to access all the journals, all the online books or ebooks easily compared to a developed country. But we also have the solution, right? You can always find this LibGens. I don't know if you are familiar with the library Genesis, but I don't know if it is legal or not. But after I go back from the US, my colleague teach me how to download a free resources from internet, and you can access it for free, right? And hopefully this is not illegal stuff, right? Because it's already there in the internet. So you can actually download books from LibGens, all right? And for free, you don't need to buy, because us as Indonesian people, we you know, are lacking of money to buy those kind of journals or books, you know, online. All right. And you can also go to Perpusnas, and I really recommend you as a student to download apps of ePusnas, because it's already in the Play Store. You can actually borrow a book online, and it's a lot. You can you know, like access it for free. Okay, so and you can also do it from your laptop or your computer. So if you for free, and also they also have the journals in Ipusnas, right? So this is important for you to enroll, for you to register for the Perpusnas as a student. And you can also I know this is, you already familiar with Sci-Hub, right? And if you want to download a journal which is inaccessible and you cannot access it from Google Scholar, as long as you have the DOI number or you have the title, right? No, the DOI is the important one. If you have the DOI of the journal, usually you can find the journal from the Sci-Hub. So it's scihub.se. Once again, I don't know if it is legal or illegal, but for the sake of finding knowledge, right? I think it's okay, right? Because the situation, we are lacking of money and our system doesn't allow us to download the resources for free. And we also have PDF drive. So if you go to PDF drive, right, you can find a lot of books for free, right? Whether it is in Bahasa Indonesia or in English, but all of the resources are free. Okay, so that is and one more, it's Science Direct. Okay, so Science Direct is it's totally legal because it's from Elsevier, right? But sometimes there are some of the journals they are non-accessible if they are closed, right? And if that is the case, you find the DOI number and you go to Sci-Hub and you can download it from there. But Science Direct is very good place for you to download you know, journals for your study. All right. The second definition, all right, the ability to develop social and professional connection within online networks. So you guys need to have the LinkedIn, right? Because LinkedIn is very good for you to find a job in your future career, right? So you cannot only do TikTok, you don't just go to Instagram and TikTok only, but you need to also download or have an account on LinkedIn, because in LinkedIn you can brag, right? You can show your ability, you can show your CV, you can show your resume, and who knows, the company out there who are interested in your resume will find you in this situation. And ResearchGate is also very good website that you need to register. It's a platform that you can put your work there so that everybody can download, everybody can read your work, right? So in the future, you will be a lecturer, you'll be a teacher, and for you to have a ResearchGate is very important. Third definition is digital literacy. Now, the ability to collaborate with others who are not necessarily in the same place in order to devise or develop an idea or concept. I believe you guys are now, your lecturers give your assignment or project to publish to a journal, right? Pasti ada dosen yang menyuruh Anda semua untuk publish ke jurnal, ya kan? Because now all university want to increase their rankings how to increase their rankings, they need to have many publications. And how to improve the publication, you need to engage your student to publish to journal. And so if that is the case, you need to be able to collaborate with people out there, whether it is like outside Java or outside Indonesia, right? What I did, I used Google Drive. So I'm collaborating with a lecturer from Turkey and a lecturer from the US, and we are writing a paper, and inshallah we'll publish this year. We already we are about to submit it next week, and it's almost done. So hopefully it will be published soon. So this is a collaboration that we can do, even though I am in Jambi and my friend in Turkey and my other colleague is in the US, but we can always work together using the Google Drive. And you need to do that, guys. You can work with students from UI, with students from IPB, ITB, or like outside university in overseas, right? To publish a journal, right? So you need to do that. You need to widen your network. The ability to evaluate websites and validate the authenticity of information. So when you are literate in ICT, right? It means you need to also literate to filter whether it is fake news or a like good news, or like it's because now here there is a cyberbullying in online media, right? There is a cyber fraud, porn, cyber gambling, and cyber stalking. So it means that we need to be careful, especially you guys are Gen Z. There is this case, cyberbullying, right? And you need to know how to protect yourself from cyberbullying and cyber fraud, hoax informations, right? Like hoax is now become a pandemic in our country too, right? Porn, cyber gambling, and cyber stalking. And now, you need to be careful when you download or publish your journals. If you want to publish your journal in the future, right? There are a lot of predatory journals out there. But when you want to download or publish your journal, you need to go to credible journals, all right? So credible journals will be peer review, and there must be revisions and rejections, right? While predatory journals is greetings and no revisions, no rejections, all papers are accepted in that predatory journals. So we need to be careful. The next meaning is digital literacy, the ability to communicate effectively and handle turn taking in a synchronous online communication environments. All right. Now, we have a meeting platform. I don't know if you are familiar with Skype, but before COVID-19, we use Skype a lot, right? And then now it's more convenient for us to do Zoom, right? And then Microsoft Teams is also actually convenient with Microsoft Teams, right? And also Google Meet, okay? So, and we also have the learning management system. Last week, I learned a lot from freshmen in Brawijaya University. A lot of LMS platform which I never heard before. In addition to Schoology, in addition to Moodle, Blackboard, OneNote, Google Classroom, and Canvas. And they have outside there, which is very, and they already have those kind of learning management system. What about you guys? What LMS or meeting platform that you like the most? Casey, what do you like the most, Casey?
I think Zoom, sir.
You like Zoom? Have you ever
Yes.
used Skype? Have you ever used Skype?
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
Yes.
Yeah, we as older people, we know Skype more than Zoom, right? Because before Zoom is everywhere, Skype is the only way we do the online meeting at that time was either Google Meet or Skype. But now Zoom is more convenient, right? What about the LMS, Cassie? What learning management system that you like?
I think Google Classroom.
Google Classroom,
Is
yeah,
that-
it's free. It's really
Yeah.
free, and it's very easy to manage and organize. Yes, I agree with that. And
We
yeah,
also
go ahead, Cassie.
in Brawijaya have VLM.
VLN, okay.
Mhm.
What was the I mean the basic platform? Is it Moodle or
I'm sorry.
the base platform? Is it using Moodle or other, or is it like LMS that was built by the Brawijaya University
Yeah, it's
IT?
just I think it's just for it's Moodle.
Okay, it's Moodle. Okay, so the base is Moodle. Yes, yeah, it's also similar to my university. We call it Speedol. We call it Speedol, but the base is Moodle. Yeah, Moodle, but Moodle is not free. You need to pay like certain amount of money to get a like good access for Moodle. Yes. And di sini ada juga Muhammad Ikil say Zoom. Yes, Zoom is convenient. And then if you like watch Zoom YouTube, there are like many ways for you to hack Zoom. So you can create actually a Zoom account which is like more than 40 minutes for free. So that's what I did. I know it is illegal, but I did that to create a free Zoom account. But it's like hack. But then I can get a 40 minute, more than 40 minutes, right? All right, next. Digital literacy, the ability to mix existing media into new forms which communicate new meanings. Okay, so now it says kemampuan untuk memix existing media into new forms which communicate new meanings. So let's do a game, right? We don't use internet media, but we use media around us. So I have something that you need to do, guys. So I have here. So I have like 3 paper. All right. So what you need to do is to guess. All right. You need to guess what picture I have. All right. And I give you some clue. And with the clue that I have, you need to guess what picture I have in my hand. You guys ready? You guys ready? Okay. So if you know the answer, you can just shout or you can like raise your hand. All right. So 1, 2, 3, go. What is this? This is an animal. This animal is very dangerous. This animal is very dangerous. All right. And you can find this animal at the zoo, or in the forest or in the jungle. This animal eats meat. And this animal has 4 legs, has 4 foot, has 4 legs. All right. And this animal is very dangerous. It's very wild animal. All right. Come on. Who knows the answer?
Is it a tiger, sir?
Is it the tiger? Are you sure the answer?
Lion mah, sir?
So
Lion.
Ajeng answer tiger and Arina answer lion. The answer is lion. Yay! Who got the correct answer? Yeah, Ajeng, I'm so sorry. Your answer is incorrect. So tadi yang menjawab adalah Arina ya, yang betul ya. Okay. So Ajeng, I'm so sorry. Alright. So 100 for Arina ya. Arina dapat 100. So you can
Thank you,
actually still
sir.
do that. Yeah, you're welcome. So this game is actually offline game, right? But you can still do this using Zoom. All right. All right. The second question. What is this? This is a fruit. All right. The color of the fruit is red, yellow, green. So red, yellow, green. The taste is sweet. And you can actually find this fruit around you. You can find this fruit around your university. All right. And it's okay, already has answer. Mutiara. Mutiara's answer is okay, ada yang jawab mango, ada yang jawab apple. Oke, kita yang dapat nilai 100 yang jawab pertama ya. The first who got nilai 100. Nanti Pak Agus tolong dikasih hadiah. Alright, ada yang jawab strawberry. Alright, oke, yang menjawab ada juga yang menjawab apple, ada yang menjawab strawberry, ada yang menjawab mango, rambutan, watermelon. Alright, orange apple, tomato. Alright, let's see the correct answer. The correct answer is apple. It's apple, guys. You can find it around you in Malang because apple Malang, right? Okay, so yang tadi yang menjawab yang tepat is what is the correct answer? Tadi yang jawab paling pertama. Yang paling pertama is
Jadida.
No, Jadida Intan. Yes, Jadida Intan. Yay. Good. So you can do that, right? You can still you can do that. You can still do the ability to mix existing media into the new form which communicate new meanings. So the existing media that you have is like printed paper, right? You can actually, I just printed this morning. You download it, the picture from the internet, print, and then you can have the what we call it warmer, filler, cooler. Jadi warmers itu adalah game di awal kelas, right? So di awal kelas sebelum kita memulai kelas kita bisa mulai dengan warmer, alright? Pemanasan. And then fillers itu berarti pas kita memulai konten, kita belajar material, berarti material itu harus kita bawakan secara fun begitu ya. Dan coolers itu biasanya diisi dengan bisa tanya jawab, bisa feedback, bisa refleksi. So warmer, fillers, coolers is considered to be a good method that we can adapt for online learning, right? It's actually for offline learning, but we can always adapt and adopt and adapt for online learning. Okay, next. The definition of digital literacy, the ability to author and share views and opinions to a globally audience. Guys, sekarang adalah era kita bekerja sama dengan dosen. So we need to create an ally with our lecturer. And that is also the way we mengambil hati dosen kita. One way to make our lecturer love us is to approach them and to ask them to collaborate with you to publish to a journal, right? For you who like publishing to journal, for you who like author, for you who like writing a lot, to do research, you need to approach your lecturer to publish together. And I believe there is no single lecturer who will reject you. Pasti mereka akan menyambut dengan tangan terbuka jika Anda ingin publish a journal together. Apalagi you have the ability, the first model itu adalah bahasa Inggris ya. If you have a very good quality of English and you approach your lecturer to write together with you, it's gonna be a perfect, right? Also, you need to create blog post. Jadi yang tidak suka menulis yang ilmiah-ilmiah, you can still write, right? And you can create your own blog, menulis opini pribadi di blogspot, right? Because everybody, because we don't know, like outside there, maybe are really grateful with what you write, right? We don't know. We don't know about that. That people outside there are really interested with your work. Book. There are many students who already published their book, even though they are in university, right? Also, Kompasiana. You need to be familiar with Kompasiana. You need to publish your own opinion in Kompasiana, because right now, you know, your pen or your laptop is more powerful than your TOA, that your mic. If you go you do protest, you know, on the road, is weaker compared if you write something in Kompasiana or in media, right? So writing is powerful, guys. And in this era, in digital literacy era, your opinion matters, all right? YouTube is also important because, as you can see, 80% of the internet users are from smartphone. Hang on a little bit. 5 minutes, okay. I'm sorry, I'm in my office, so I need to write the name of the speaker that we have this morning. So we have a program in my office. Okay, so we need to have YouTube too, right? As a teacher, people say that teachers are content creator, right? Once you educate your student, which is you get the reward for that, right? And the other thing, if you have a lot of viewers, right, you will get the money from the AdSense, right? So not only you help your student, but you also help yourself and your family because you get the money from AdSense. So this digital era, you need to get something from that, right? So this is my book. I already published 2 books, and hopefully I will publish my next novel, inshallah, this year or next year. So this novel was bestseller. The title is Seputih Salju Michigan. That's I published in 2017. My stories, and I made up with you know, like another stories. And this is like a more academic book, is for educators. Okay. Now, ini kita sudah ada di penghujung. So tech-savvy educators, you need, as mentioned by you guys, as a teachers, you need to be willing to learn, desire to learn. That's why we need to be a technology-savvy educators. It means you are mastering the technology. What do you mean? What does it mean by tech-savvy educators? We need to create a bridge, right? By educating teachers about technology, the technological divide between student and teacher disappear, creating a positive atmosphere in the classroom. So what government needs to do right now, local government and also central government, they need to have a workshop at school, not in the hotel. So once again, so workshop for teachers at their school, not in the hotel. If the workshop is held in the hotel, so only few teachers who can join the workshop, right? But if the workshop is conducted in their school, in their respective school, all teachers can join the workshop, right? But the fact right now, the workshop conducted by the government is merely conducted in a hotel. Only 2 or 3 teachers who can join to the workshop. And engaging to student. Using technology in the classroom, engage student in the curriculum by presenting information in new or unique ways. So using technology in the classroom, but the key point is the technology you use, the media you use, you need to able to engage your student. Jadi kalau memakai teknologi bagus, memakai media bagus, tapi tidak bisa meng-engage student, tidak bisa meng-attract student untuk bisa berpartisipasi, sama juga tidak bagus. Ya, so jadi kemampuan teknologi dan kemampuan pedagogi harus beriring sejalan. So proper management and support. In order for schools in the classroom to work, teachers need to properly manage student technology use and avoid time wasting, overuse, and game playing. Jadi kita juga harus bisa memanage presentasi kita, slide kita, sehingga tidak menghabiskan banyak waktu, sehingga tidak banyak ada gap waktu di situ, sehingga kalau perlu ada latihan dulu ya sebelum mengajar, sehingga bisa pembelajaran bisa terjadi secara efektif. Access to more resources. Dengan adanya internet, kita bisa mengakses more technology, more resources, more book. Seperti yang tadi ya, ada LibGen, ada Sci-Hub, ada ePusnas, ada Google Scholar, etc. Teacher training. Tadi sudah saya sebutkan bahwa teacher need both initial training and continuous support in order for e-learning to be successful. 92% of survey teachers said the biggest challenge in adding technology in the classroom is training. So then teacher need to have a continuous training. Yeah. And also key to success. 76% of survey K-12 teachers reveal that teacher training is the key to success increase to technology use. So dari tadi adalah key point-nya di sini adalah teacher harus mendapatkan training. Teacher harus mendapatkan training. Makanya professional learning community saat ini itu sangat penting. Nah, ajang-ajang 3-in-1 seperti ini itu is also very important karena you guys are future teachers, you guys are future lecturers. Jadi sejak dini mendapatkan training-training, mendapatkan workshop-workshop bagaimana pengajaran yang efektif, bagaimana ICT itu bisa membuat pembelajaran lebih efektif di era digital seperti saat ini. Okay, next, but seperti yang kita bilang tadi, setiap kita membuat plan A, pasti harus ada plan B, right? What does it mean? Ini yang tadi saya sebutkan. Yang disebutkan oleh Mas siapa tadi ya, Mas Rifki ya, yang di Kalimantan. We still have 13,577 villages without internet. Nah, Jawa Timur ada nggak di sini Jawa Timur? Jawa Timur, here is Java. There are still 103 villages without internet. Ya, masih ada 103 desa yang tidak ada internet, tidak ada akses internet sama sekali. Di Madura, tadi ada Mbak yang dari Madura, ada 2 villages. Yang di Kalimantan, tadi Kalimantan Barat ya. Mana ini Kalimantan Barat? Buat Kalimantan, nah ini 851 desa yang belum mempunyai internet. Jambi, we34 villages without internet. So we as a future teachers, ketika kita ditempatkan di sekolah yang tanpa internet, we need to still ready, right? How we teach them while we need to be online, but at the same time they don't have internet. But we need to be ready and we need to have plan B. Nah, elektrifikasi di desa ada masih 2 1,275 villages without electricity. Alhamdulillah di Jawa Timur sudah tidak ada desa yang nggak ada listrik, ya. In East Java, 0. Tapi di Banten masih ada 1 desa yang belum ada aliran listrik. Ya, di Pulau Jawa hanya ada 1 yang belum punya listrik, yaitu di salah satu desa di Banten. Tapi di Kalimantan Barat ada 29 villages without electricity. In Jambi only 2 villages. Nah, ini yang paling banyak, of course, in Papua, ya, masih ada 1,661 villages without electricity. So we discuss a lot about learning management system. We discuss a lot about Zoom. But in the future, perhaps you will be teaching in a remote area where your students do not have electricity and internet. So we need to still be ready with the plan B. All right. So this is what happened in some areas, right? Ini di RRI, Radio Republik Indonesia. Jadi kalaupun the villages they don't have electricity, the villages that do not have internet, but they can access the radio, right? That's why the government now have the program RRI. Di setiap provinsi they have RRI, and RRI now they have the program for education. Jadi ada di situ pembelajaran-pembelajaran. Makanya kita harus bisa mengarahkan siswa kita yang tidak bisa akses internet untuk bisa mengakses radio. Also TVRI di area-area yang tidak punya listrik, tapi mereka tetap bisa menghidupkan TV dengan menggunakan aki, dengan menggunakan ACU, ya aki. Karena TV masih bisa hidup, yang TV hitam putih pakai aki itu masih bisa hidup, dan dia bisa mendapatkan akses dari TVRI. So plan B, you need to know, guys. Jadi di real world, di dunia nyata, you will find this situation. Di dunia nyata akan ada desa-desa yang belum ada listrik dan belum ada internet. Makanya future teacher they need to know how to teach student yang tidak ada internet. Atau, nah ini dia. Kalian terlalu sibuk dengan Zoom dan internet sehingga lupa ada alat komunikasi yang murah bahkan gratis. Nggak perlu perangkat Motorola yang jutaan. Cukup Firstcom 200 sampai 300 ribu bisa on air tanpa kuota. Nah, ini yang terjadi di Sumbawa. So the student they have the HT, ya. Nih apa ini pakai radio juga ya sebenarnya submissionnya. Mereka gurunya pakai HT, muridnya juga pakai HT. Nggak ada internet. Nah, atau ini yang kemarin viral ya, kisah guru Afan mengajar dari rumah ke rumah karena siswa tak punya ponsel. Nah, ini di Jawa Timur, Madura ya. So, you guys as a future teacher, you need to consider this as well. Ya, kita yang mendatangi siswa untuk memberikan education, atau kita bekerja sama dengan kepala desa untuk mungkin setiap beberapa minggu sekali membuat kelas di sana. Nah, seperti yang saya bilang tadi, kerjasama komunitas, kerjasama masyarakat itu perlu, ya. Jadi siswa bisa ke rumah guru, siswa bisa menggunakan WiFi sekolah, atau yang ada masjid di sana atau yang punya gereja di sana, ya bisa memberikan akses WiFi karena tidak semua anak bisa membeli paket internet, ya kan? Tapi kalau masyarakat bisa bekerja sama, misalnya masjid, gereja, wihara, pura bisa memberikan WiFi akses kepada siswa yang kurang mampu, itu akan lebih bermanfaat untuk future. So that's me. Thank you so much for your attention. So this is your motivation for you guys. I live in the US for 6 years, 6 tahun di Amerika. And this is my school, Michigan State University. Nah, ini situasi di kelas di sana. And this is also situasi di sana. And I have motto play hard, study hard. Jadi belajar dengan keras tapi bermain juga dengan keras juga. Jadi berimbang supaya tidak stres. So thank you so much Bapak Ibu, teman-teman. Mudah-mudahan nanti kita bisa bekerja sama atau berdiskusi lagi setelah ini tentang online learning atau tentang ICT atau tentang digital literacy. And thank you so much for your participation, for an engaging discussion. So saya akhiri. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya kembalikan kepada Pak Agus.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you very much, Pak Dion, for the nice presentation that somehow, in some part, they are really inspiring, especially some things that I can highlight from the presentation. That is, we actually face one big thing, that is technology and dilemma. Yeah, that I just note some like teaching, education, and technology. They're actually dynamic. Yeah, they are not static because they will actually grow. And the challenge that we face, especially when we are talking about the online meeting or settings, just like we have these days. For example, the anxiety disruption, and also the comfort. Yeah, because we know all that comfort, yeah, is actually something that is nice to experience. Yeah, but when we still stay there, so it's somehow dangerous, just like toxic relationship. Yeah. Okay. And also some things that Pak Dion mentioned, like getting the free journals or free access. Yeah. Okay. Don't forget, Pak Dion, that we are Indonesians. So when it goes to Indonesian users, anything is legal. Yeah. Okay. Now, I invite all the participants to ask questions, just like what we inform. You may also type the question in the chat box, yeah, or you are willing to ask the speaker directly. Okay, participants, please. Pak Dion, we have one question from Deis Eriska. Okay, Deis, please.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. So I kind of think about it many times. As you said earlier, our teacher's job is to build a bridge, right? As Pak Dion said earlier. But what if we build the bridge, but the students didn't want to pass it? Actually, for example, like we use the radio, we use the walkie-talkie, we use the anything that you mentioned earlier, but it still fails to attract the students to learn. And actually, is it our fault? And what should we do? And what is actually happening in that context? Thank you.
Well, this is the dilemma that we just discussed previously. Okay, Pak Dion, please.
Thank you, Deis. Thank you, Pak Agus. Yes, that's problem happen anywhere. All right. So there is a study. There are a lot of study, especially in the U.S. context, because I read a lot of journals from the U.S. when I was in the U.S. So this problem is not only occurs when you are in online learning, but offline learning also happen as a problem too. So the teachers have a challenging situation when they want to engage their student. They try to as many ways as possible to bridge the gap between student and teachers. But then the students are really passive, and students are really like ignorance, and they didn't care, and they found the cause of the problem. So the study found that the parental involvement matters in this case. So the students who are not really engaging, the students who are low perform or underperforming students are mostly from a poor family, are mostly from families whose parents are busy, whose parents are not engaged in their students' learning, in their student education. And so is the study conducted by some authors or researchers in Indonesia during the online learning. Also, study from outside Indonesia during online learning. Parents who do not engage to their students' learning, the student will perform very low. So what we're going to do now as a teachers, as a school principal, we need to connect with the parents. We need to have a very effective communication with the parents. So what we did in our school is we create what we call it apa bahasa Indonesianya kemarin itu paguyuban kelas. So we create a paguyuban class in which orang tua yang ada di kelas dan kita sebagai wali kelas, we as a homeroom teacher, we need to be responsible to actively communicate with the parents. If the student have a very like problematic problem, the homeroom teachers is the most responsible to visit their home, to come to their parents' house. What happened is actually in their community, their environment. So and that is effective. So after we visit the parents, we know the problem. Oh, that's the parents are from a low performing parents. The parents are busy, so the fathers go to the market, the mother also go to the market, right? So then the student, they don't have like anyone at home who motivate or who like monitor them. So as a result, the student did not participate in any online class or did not turn on the assignment. Jadi bahwa seperti tadi ya yang saya bilang bahwa ada segitiga pendidikan yang harus ada terkoneksi. Orang tua, sekolah, dan masyarakat. Oleh karena itu biasanya yang terjadi itu orang tua itu tidak berpartisipasi dalam pendidikan. Ketika orang tua sudah berpartisipasi in their children education, insya Allah siswa akan aktif dalam pembelajaran. Not only in online learning, but offline learning is also the same thing. So maybe the problem that you are facing is because of the low or the lack of parental involvement in your students' problem. So and then the solution would be we need to improve the parental involvement by improving the communication skills to parents. We invite parents to the school. We have the workshop for parents, ya kan? Yang selama ini kan kita workshopnya hanya untuk siswa, hanya untuk guru. Tapi sebenarnya workshop yang juga tidak kalah pentingnya adalah workshop untuk parents, workshop parenting. Itu sekolah harus bisa ngadain, gitu ya. Dan itu sudah diadakan di sekolah-sekolah swasta di Indonesia. Tetapi di sekolah-sekolah negeri nggak pernah diadain. Sehingga ya orang tua kalau sudah bayar SPP, udah bayar uang bangunan, dianggapnya sudah berperan dalam pendidikan anaknya. Padahal sebenarnya peran orang tua minimal ada 6. Harus bervolunteer, harus ikut serta dalam kegiatan sekolah, menjadi volunteer di sana, harus aktif dalam menanyakan apakah ada PR atau tidak, gitu ya. Harus aktif memberikan situasi di rumah supaya di rumah itu nyaman, begitu ya, sehingga anak betah di rumah untuk belajar, begitu ya. Harus aktif dalam berkomunikasi dengan guru, harus aktif dalam berkolaborasi dengan masyarakat, dan harus memastikan bahwa siswanya itu setiap hari sarapan, setiap hari makan, dan harus aktif dalam memberikan pendidikan karakter kepada anaknya. Dan itu harus terjadi sehingga pendidikan itu bisa jalan dengan baik. Mungkin itu Mbak Duis jawabannya.
Okay, thank you. So what I can say, I'm sorry. What I can say is that teachers cannot work alone. There is the triangle which parents should be involved. So
Yes.
Thank you for answering my questions. It's very clear now.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. This just like what Pak Dian mentioned previously, we have paguyuban kelas or PTA, Pak Dian, Parent Teacher Association. yeah, that this actually is a Bermuda Triangle, yeah, the connection between teacher, school, and also community or parents here. That will lead to students being motivated or even demotivated, yeah, Pak Dion. Okay, we've got another question, Pak Dion, in the chat box from Wilda Avosma. Excuse me, sir, I'm Wilda. I want to ask about the output of workshop. Yeah. So how is the follow-up of the workshop where only a few teachers attend? I mean, will the teachers who attend the workshop share their knowledge with other teachers? Nah, okay.
Yeah, that's a problem, Pak Agus. Siapa tadi yang nanya? Wilda. Wilda, that is problem in our country, right? And I hope government harus segera mengambil langkah ini, dan kelihatannya dengan adanya sekolah penggerak itu sudah mulai bagus. Nah, jadi begini. Selama saya jadi guru PNS, when I become a civil servant teacher, saya menunggu sampai bertahun-tahun tidak pernah diundang untuk ikut workshop. Jadi kan setiap provinsi, setiap kabupaten itu punya anggaran untuk mengadakan workshop. Tapi workshopnya itu selalu diadakan di hotel. Jadi I don't know, tetapi biasanya itu adalah untuk menghabiskan anggaran biasanya. Dan workshopnya itu selalu berada di akhir tahun, begitu ya. Dan workshopnya itu sangat terbatas. Hanya guru-guru yang dekat dengan kepala sekolah, hanya guru-guru yang dekat dengan kepala dinas pendidikan yang bisa ikut dalam workshop tersebut. Dan gurunya itu saja. Ada guru spesialis workshop yang setiap saat ada workshop dikirim, setiap saat ada workshop guru dikirim. Nah, tetapi when they go back to their school, disseminate, nggak pernah mau mendeseminasikan apa yang mereka dapatkan dari hotel. Jadi what they get, what they receive from the hotel just stop in there. Jadi hanya berhenti pada diri mereka, begitu, nggak mau nyebarin ke guru-guru lain. Dan itu totally ineffective, sangat tidak efektif. Dan itu terkesan kadang ada banyak orang mengatakan itu menghabis-habiskan anggaran. Padahal kalau di konsep-konsep negara maju, professional learning community itu terjadi di kelas, terjadi di sekolah-sekolah masing-masing, dan itu dilaksanakan secara rutin, at least dalam 1 bulan sekali, itu para guru-guru mengadakan pelatihan di sekolah mereka. Bahkan ada yang setiap 2 minggu sekali, itu namanya professional development, atau mereka ada juga yang menyebutnya sebagai PLC. Nah, sedangkan kita kan enggak. Dan siapakah pematerinya? Pematerinya dari mereka-mereka sendiri. Jadi misalnya saya sebagai guru bahasa Inggris, saya mempunyai best practice. Mengajar matematika misalnya. Nah, itu kan selama ini kita tidak pernah adakan. Atau best practice dari guru matematika, misalnya dia mengadakan quizzes, bagaimana cara membuat quizzes. Di Indonesia itu budaya kolaborasi belum begitu tertanam. Yang ada adalah budaya kompetisi. Jadi kita saling berkompetisi, saling menjatuhkan antara satu guru dengan guru lain, saling menjatuhkan antara satu dosen dengan dosen yang lain, tidak berkolaborasi. Padahal sebenarnya kalau berkolaborasi antar satu guru dan lain itu sangat powerful ya, sangat very great. Jadi, nah sekarang sudah ada sekolah penggerak. Nah sekolah penggerak ini sudah mulai diadakan di sudah mulai ada, kalau dia terpilih menjadi sekolah penggerak, dia nanti akan menjadi motor penggerak di sekolah-sekolah sekitarnya. Kemudian guru yang menjadi trainer sekolah penggerak nanti akan disebar untuk menjadi pelatihan-pelatihan. Bahkan dosen-dosen di universitas juga akan ditunjuk sebagai instruktur di guru penggerak. Jadi ini ada kerjasama yang masif, ya. Bahkan komunitas pun di situ dilibatkan. Jadi di situ ada komunitas-komunitas yang dia bukan guru, dia bukan dosen, tetapi bisa menjadi instruktur atau bisa menjadi narasumber dalam sekolah penggerak. So ada secercah cahaya di sini, dan mudah-mudahan dengan adanya sekolah penggerak ini bisa memperbaiki kualitas guru-guru kita nantinya dan kualitas pendidikan kita. So yes, yang terjadi sementara ini diseminasi dari guru yang dilatih setiap tahunnya itu di hotel-hotel berbintang, Itu ketika mereka kembali ya berhenti di mereka, begitu. Mereka they don't want to disseminate. Karena sebenarnya mereka juga mau sebenarnya mendisseminate, tapi mereka malu. Paling mereka hanya bisa menyebar ke 1-2 guru. Karena di sekolah juga tidak mengadakan itu. Andai saja di sekolah mengadakan follow up, misalnya setiap ada orang pulang dari hotel, kemudian diadakan workshop di sekolah masing-masing. Nah, itu akan baik, tapi kan belum berjalan. Alasannya mungkin anggarannya kurang atau alasannya malu dan lain sebagainya. Saya rasa itu mudah-mudahan menjawab ya, Mbak Wilja.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Dion. Or even at schools, especially for middle schools, they've got MKMP, right, Pak Dion? And also for elementary school, there's KKG. Yeah, this actually the medium for the teachers to share their knowledge, yeah, or maybe their experience, yeah, in one community that is in its subject. Okay. More questions? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Wilda. Okay. We have another question, Pak Dion, from Nah. Okay. Paramita.
Hi, hello, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Please do, Paramita.
Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity and good day, Mr. Dion and also Mr. Agus. I would like to ask, I kept on ever since the poll was given to us about the disadvantages in having an online learning. So most of us answered distraction. So I would like to know, it's not only the student's responsibility or even the parents at home to reduce the distraction to learn at home, but also the teacher's responsibility too, to make the learning is fun and engaging, so the student is not distracted with anything else except the learning. I would like to know how can the teachers contribute to reduce the distraction or even make it no distraction at all in conducting the online learning. That's all my question. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much, Paramita. Pak Dion, it seems like this is one of the discussion in classroom management. Yeah.
Thank you, Paramita. Yes, the distraction happened not only because of the situation at home that students have, right? But also the distraction is also occur when the teachers fail to engage the students in the online classroom setting, right? Jadi how we engage student? Yang pertama, otomatis we need to create an interactive classroom, right? So sometimes don't like fully ceramah, don't fully like speech. Sometimes we need to ask questions, right? While we speak, right? Dengan cara misalnya menunjuk, misalnya, what about you, Muhammad Gilang? What about you, Jadida? What about you, Paramita? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Or do you have any questions, right? Dengan cara memberikan percakapan interaktif selama perkuliahan, or dengan cara yang tadi memberikan game-game pembelajaran. Jadi game-game pembelajaran bisa game yang ada di quizzes misalnya atau di platform-platform online, tapi bisa juga manual yang seperti tadi, ya kan, kita membawa media, kemudian kita tunjukkan, kemudian siswanya suruh menerka, begitu ya. And also as a teacher, seperti yang tadi sudah kita bahas panjang lebar, kita harus menjadi guru yang kreatif, right? And I'm always trying to be creative teacher. Saya selalu belajar bagaimana untuk menjadi creative teacher dengan cara membuat presentasi yang menarik, membuat gambar-gambar yang menarik, membuat diskusi interaktif, baik itu di chat box atau di poll everywhere atau di 30 minutes begitu ya. Dan itu bisa membuat engaging classroom. Jadi jangan monotonous. Kalau monotonous nanti ya kita ditinggal tidur sama mahasiswa kita ya kan, sambil rebahan, kemudian tiba-tiba kelasnya udah selesai tapi masih ada di situ, dipanggil-panggil nggak ada, berarti udah sleeping. So yes, we need to be creative one. We need to create an interactive classroom. We need to have a games, for example, yeah, and then we also at the end of the classroom we have to have a feedback or reflection. Jadi harus ada selalu feedback sehingga di kedepannya kita bisa meningkatkan kualitas pembelajaran kita. I think itu Pak Agus dan Paramita.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Dion. That somehow I would like to add something, that is the teacher's well-being. Yeah. When we feel healthy physically and also psychologically, so we can even perform well, creatively in the classroom, although it is online. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Paramita. And previously, I saw someone asking and raise the hand, that suddenly you just lower it down. Questions? Okay, perhaps we have someone to two questions, and these two questions become the last questions for today. Okay, Quratul Aini. Okay, please.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Quratul Aini, and my question is related to your answer to today's question. So, is the method is still related to the university student? And actually, I also face the condition that the parent, I face a condition when sometime I visit elementary school and also visit the parent, and the parent say to me like this: I want my children to be attend in a higher education, but what is he want is only play. And as a parent, I don't have okay. Can I speak in Indonesia? Okay, so the parent cannot, the parent doesn't have the basic Indonesian, like the basic education, so they even cannot read. So the parent cannot control the children education. So because I was just like in 1 or 2 days there, so I just said like, you can collaborate the playing like using the Uno or flashcard, but yeah, I think that was my question. Thank you.
Okay, is that clear enough, Pak Dion?
Yes. Yeah. That's why I mentioned before the triangle dari Ki Hajar Dewantara is very important, right? If that case happen, peran masyarakat is very important. Dengan apa? Peran mahasiswa, especially you guys are mahasiswa, right? Sekarang there are so many komunitas-komunitas mahasiswa. There are so many community dari komunitas-komunitas yang membantu siswa-siswa yang rentan terhadap putus sekolah. Jadi contoh misalnya yang tadi guru orang tuanya tidak bisa membaca, right? They don't know how to teach online. They don't know how to assist their student in online learning, right? So as a result, the students demotivated, right? And they are willing to work instead of like taking online class during the pandemic. Nah, oleh karena itu peran-peran mahasiswa yang menciptakan komunitas-komunitas dan membantu masyarakat-masyarakat seperti ini is very important, right? Also sekarang sudah ada konsep merdeka belajar. Jadi seperti Kukerta dan PPL itu harus bisa reach out yang kondisi-kondisi yang seperti ini. So Qurratul Aini, you have like job homework that maybe you need to create komunitas. Dengan membuat komunitas, misalnya komunitas untuk anak rentan drop out misalnya. Jadi Mbak Qurratul mengumpulkan teman-teman, kemudian misalnya setiap Sabtu sore atau setiap Jumat sore memberikan kelas tambahan secara free, right? Jadi untuk mengejar ketinggalan-ketinggalan yang belum didapat dari sekolah misalnya. So dengan adanya komunitas-komunitas mahasiswa itu sebagai masyarakat yang tentunya itu dapat membantu. Selain tentunya guru harus aktif dalam mengunjungi siswanya di rumah-rumah. Dan itu di negara-negara maju itu sudah digalakkan untuk mendatangi rumah orang tuanya untuk membantu dan menanyakan apa yang bisa dibantu sekolah supaya anaknya itu lebih aktif dan berpartisipasi di sekolah. Begitu Mbak Qurratul Aini. Sehingga saya menantang Mbak Qurratul Aini untuk menciptakan komunitas mahasiswa untuk turun langsung ke tempat yang tadi memberikan kelas tambahan secara gratis, begitu ya Mbak Qurratul. Mudah-mudahan bersedia ya Mbak Qurratul ya. Oke, thank you Mbak Qurratul.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Dion. It's already 10, but we still have one question left. Do you intend to answer this question, or we just skip it, Pak Dion?
We can answer it, yeah, no problem.
It's quite short somehow. Regarding being engaging to these students as a teacher, how do a teacher balance the media used so that the material is interactive, but also achieve the learning objective? Since there are some cases where the media used take more time than normal speech class. Okay.
Wow, that is very good. Good questions ya. We need to actually practice. Jadi dengan mengadakan praktek terlebih dahulu sebenarnya. If that is possible. So for example, if you can collaborate with your fellow teachers, your fellow colleagues, so dengan adanya rehearsal, misalnya dengan memberikan feedback mana nih yang perlu dikurangi, mana nih yang harus ditambahkan dan sebagainya, and that is can balance for the media use and for the pedagogy and for the teaching materials. And that is true. Sometimes dengan menggunakan media-media seperti Polef, semacam quizzes atau Mentimeter ya, atau misalnya games, itu bisa mengambil waktu yang lebih panjang dibandingkan kita memberikan material. Tetapi ketika sebenarnya penggunaan media itu ada kaitannya dengan material, I think that's okay, right? Tetapi ketika penggunaan media itu tidak berhubungan dengan materi pembelajaran, maka itu harus diminimalisir. That's why we need to rehearse. Kita butuh rehearsal, kita butuh kawan untuk memberikan feedback, and we need to also at the end of the class, di ujung kelas kita juga membutuhkan feedback dari siswa kita, ya kan? Makanya ada warmer, filler, and cooler. Makanya di cooler itu kita meminta feedback dari siswa, what did we done right, and what did we done, and we need to improve for the next meeting. Jadi masukan-masukan dari siswa itu sangat penting untuk menciptakan kelas yang lebih berkualitas untuk kedepannya. Saya rasa begitu Pak Agus.
Okay, thank you very much. Nah, as a closing remark, Pak Dion, any maybe things to say to these juniors, because they are the students, they are the teachers or lecturers in the future.
Yes, for you guys, you will be a future teacher and future lecturer. So you need to equip with yourself with the technology, with the media, with the existing anything that's around you. You need to always eager to learn, right? You need to always have a hunger to equip yourself with anything that is very beneficial for your future, right? Jadi jangan pernah malu untuk belajar, jangan pernah malu untuk bertanya, sehingga apapun yang digunakan oleh anak-anak di bawah kita, itu kita berusaha untuk menggunakannya, right? Misalnya siswa kita menggunakan TikTok, right? Mungkin nanti kita pembelajarannya bisa menggunakan media TikTok atau mengumpulkan tugas dengan menggunakan TikTok, right? Karena itu memang dunia mereka adalah dunia TikTok saat ini, or menggunakan YouTube, etc. But we need to always have a hunger to learn. Selalu belajar karena kita semua adalah a learner. Begitu Pak Agus.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Dion. Nah, as future teachers, future educators, I just wonder whether you are ready, with it, because just like what Pak Dion mentioned for the past 120 minutes, that being teachers are somehow not that easy. So, are you ready, juniors? Indonesia wants you.